Hey everyone, this is Derek here. Today we're going to be watching some exciting gameplay from the brand new PUBG Mobile Lite. However, before we get to that, a little bit of self-promotion. Going to be doing some custom games with you guys very soon. And if you want the best chance to get into one of those games, I will be giving out the password first to those who are members of DerekG Gaming. So for the cost or less than the cost of one skin, you can become a member of the channel. Support the channel, support what I'm doing. I really do appreciate it, and you can join today at the link in the video description, that little join button right there. So this is brand new, and like I said, because there are going to be more than 100 people trying to get into the games, I think this is the best way to give these people priority. Anyone can play with me. However, if you want a better chance, consider doing that today. So let's jump into the gameplay of PUBG Mobile Lite, the brand new version that was just released earlier, courtesy of AviatorJohn. So I will link his channel in the video description down below too, because I really do appreciate him sending me this gameplay to use to cast on this channel. So you can see here he is already level 4, just showing us what we've got, just classic, no different maps or anything, because there's just that one 2x2 kilometer map that's just kind of like shrunken down Erangel, and that is what we are going to be playing on today. So he's just going through the settings, showing us what is different, what is the same. Everything looks very similar. However, you can see that there is no map selection because there's only one map. It's got some recent teams, some synergy. You can add friends. As far as I know, information does not carry over from the normal version, so you do have to unfortunately start again. I tried to get into the game, however, registration was full. I'm going to try tomorrow to bring you guys some more unique gameplay. However, for now, a huge thank you to AviatorJohn for allowing us to use this footage in-game. So you can see he is matching. He's playing classic squads. Looks like he's using auto matching, so he's going to be matching up with random teammates, and we'll see how he does. So we're going to be taking a look at the new map, of course. Oh, when the target is over 200 meters away, the bullets will drop. I didn't know that, so I don't know if that's the same as PUBG Mobile, the normal version. However, 200 meters is quite a ways away, and that makes sense. I mean, we do know that there's bullet drop in the game. However, I didn't know that 200 meters was where it started. So you can see here that he is, looks like, gosh, I don't know where this is actually. So we'll have to take a look if he pulls up the minimap here, but it looks like an apartment building of sorts. Looks like a sniper tower there. The game looks very similar. It's just a smaller map. So I'm not sure if this is a North Hill or South Hill, or looks like they are starting on the island somewhere though. So similar to in Miramar or Sanhok, where you actually start on the island. You don't have a different spot. Looks like the plane route is straight overhead, and stadium, which is school, is where a couple people want to drop. Other people want to drop in Rozhok, which is now called like the city center. So I was curious if there were bots in this mode or not. It looks like as people are dropping out of the plane, there probably aren't that many. It looks like there are a lot of real people. And he said this was actually a lot smoother than it appears, but the screen recorder unfortunately only recorded at, looks like, about 15 FPS. So that is why it's a little choppy. But hey, we are appreciative of the gameplay. He is heading towards Rozhok, which is now called the city center or something. So it's basically the center of the map. Always a good place to drop because, well, I mean, you know, it's probably going to be in the first zone or two. So you can see right away going for one of those red 2 stories, a decent building to loot. And we'll see what's going on. So the loot spawn should be very similar to a classic match. It is not any higher than that. Oh, a P18C, that's a good find right away. One of the best pistols, if not the best pistol in the game. Got a smoke grenade. We'll have to see if he uses that, how the smoke works. There's a P92. Okay, interesting. So this is playing very similar to 0.5.0. So that was the version that introduced us to Miramar, and no dedicated pistol slot, so you can actually carry 2 pistols. A little bit surprised by that. I was like, what's going on here? But that is why. So he's got a P18C as well as a P92 with some 9mm there as a suppressor for an SMG. And let's see what else he can find in this house. So he's got a level 1 helmet, no vest yet, some healing items, or a boost item rather, and there is a red dot sight as well as some more 9mm. And yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good so far. I mean, it looks like, I don't know what graphical presets he has right now on. However, it looks like this is smooth. I don't see any shadows, and everything looks pretty simple. But hey, it's working, and if you have a phone that can't support PUBG Mobile, the normal version, then this is definitely an option for you. So there are 40 people. Like I said, I don't know how many of those are bots, but it looked like quite a few real people were dropping out of the plane. So we know that there are definitely going to be quite a few real squads too that they are going to have to contend with. And a teammate just knocked out and killed somebody already, so that's a good start. So you can see here that, oh, there's a supply drop. So it looks like the zone is closing in right over the middle of the island. I accidentally knocked out a teammate with a frag grenade, so that was not somebody shooting him, but rather just some friendly fire there. So there is somebody shooting though. So he just knocked out someone else with an AKM. That could be a bot, could be a real person. Again, we didn't see him when he was moving, so we can't really be sure. And there you go. You've got hit markers. So red equals headshot, white equals body shot. So those are working very much the same as normal. Dropping that volume a little bit. And we'll see if they contend for that drop, see where that drop was. There's some, it looks like an SKS and maybe a, what was that, a SCAR. Yeah, so everything, like I said, everything looks pretty similar. The building models look very similar to how they do when you're playing on smooth graphics in the normal version of PUBG Mobile. And remember, this isn't supposed to be like a faster, this isn't PUBG Mobile Faster or, you know, PUBG Mobile Quick 2.0. This is PUBG Mobile Lite, and it's designed to run on games. It only takes up about 250 megabytes instead of 1.5 gigabytes or more. So it takes up a lot less space, and it's designed to run on hardware that's either older or just not as powerful. So the fact that we're getting a very similar experience so far is good news, definitely. There is the blue circle, the blue zone. It looks a little funky, but it looks like it only renders every few frames. But that's all right. It's working. So, you know, it might be because he's pretty far away from it too. So, like I said, I don't know how many of these people are bots. If you guys want to take a guess or make a determination on that, definitely go ahead and do that in the comments down below. But as far as we know, we haven't really run into too many people before they were getting killed. So couldn't really see how they behaved, if they were, you know, running around like bots do, tend to, you know, run and stop or go prone when they get hit. There's another supply drop, so I'm assuming the other one definitely dropped something. So that means that the supply drops perhaps come a little bit quicker. Remember that this is very, very small. This map is 1/16 the size. Oh, there's somebody shooting, but that's a bot because he's not doing a lot of damage. This is 1/16 the size of Erangel, the normal map, or Miramar. So just in perspective, you know, this is really no bigger than like a sniper training game. So, and like I said, I'm hoping I can get into the game tomorrow. That way I can do some of my own gameplay too. Which would be a lot of just like running around the map and showing you guys what's the same, what's different. I think Multi-Power, Multi-Factory were relocated. Somebody just got knocked out by someone with an AKM, so that could be a real person definitely, or a real team that they're going to have to contend with. 30 people left out of the 40 people initially, so remember there are 40 people starting these matches, and that's designed because one, the zones close quicker because they're a lot smaller, the map's smaller, and two, because, well, 100 people, even if a number of them are bots, even if half of them are bots, is still a lot for lower end devices to render. So one of the ways you can improve performance is if you don't have to render as many people. So they're still able to play squads or solos or duos though, so that's cool that all those options are still there. And you can see, like I said, this looks very much, oh, there's an airdrop that is to his north. Looks very much like Razak. So I think they went with the same building models, the same building placement. There's the town, or the hill rather, you know, up the hill of Razak where that warehouse with the smiley face is. So the buildings might actually be a little more, they are more spread out, but I mean, the buildings look the same and they're the same internally. So that's cool. And like I said, definitely looking ahead to exploring this smaller island and seeing where everything is and what the best places are. And maybe we'll do some drop or loot location videos for PUBG Mobile Lite too, if you guys enjoy watching these and there's demand for it. There's another supply drop plane. Yeah, man, that's a lot of them. So the loot frequency, you know what this reminds me actually of? This reminds me of almost like a larger version, obviously the map's different, but a larger version of like an all weapons arcade match just with 40 people. Like imagine if you had the size of the zone of sniper training, but with all weapons, which means you'll get drops and stuff. Oh, here's somebody behind the, that was good. That was a nice knockout with that AKM. Somebody behind the broken wall there. Going ahead and killing him. So the fact that he knocked him out first means that there's definitely still someone else around. Looks like he has the Vector with the 45, and he's going to swap for that M16 because he's getting low on... Oh, there's somebody off to his northwest, but he's getting low on that 7.62, so he's going to swap to 5.56, which he has quite a bit more of. You can see there are some trees, no shadows. Teammate knocked out somebody with the Scar, down to 24 people left, and they are now on the outside of the next zone. So it's a good place to drop. They dropped in the middle of the map, and that was a good decision because, well, they haven't had to move yet. They're able to just loot up, kill the people who are trying to get there, attack them, and defend this area. So looking good so far. There's a UMP. There's another red dot sight. He's going to stick, though, with the M16 as well as the Vector, it looks like. Going to go ahead and boost up, heal up some of that damage from that earlier bot. Looks like the boost bar, health bar, all those guys look the same, and it makes sense because it was developed by the same company and is also using the Unreal 4 engine, so makes sense that everything would look very similar. So there's a road, there's somebody running along the road. This is two people. So this could be a... Oh no, they're shooting each other. Never mind. I was gonna say, I was thinking that this could be a squad that they're gonna have to deal with, but I think the one was shooting the other person, so that eliminates that possibility. Plus the fact that he's able to run up to him and just take some shots. There's another airdrop, of course. You can see that there are still markers on the minimap, so you can track where shots are and stuff. So here he goes. He's using the Vector and killed one of those people. Died instantly, so no teammates for that one. He's taking a shot or two from the hill. And here's somebody a lot closer, so gonna have to use that Vector again. It definitely looks like there are bots in this match, so I'm sure there are real people too, but out of the 40 people total, just know that a number of them are gonna be bots, and it could be too because he's probably in Bronze League because, well, the game just came out and everybody's in Bronze League right now unless you've played it a ton since it launched. So they're down to 16 people now. The zone is closing in. They're still in the same spot, still in that city center. And oh, this one had a good one. Had some stocks for him. Had a, what else do you have? A compensator, some more 5.56, quick draw mag, painkillers. There's the AKM if he wants to switch back to that, but I think he's going to stick with the Scar. It looks like he swapped too. He's running towards the gunshots, listening for, oh, there's somebody. Going to go ahead and knock him out, so that person must have a teammate because he got knocked out first. And his teammate, I think, killed him. Or no, his teammate killed somebody else. So now they're down to 9 alive, which means there are 6 other people left. And that looks like, is that somebody else? Yeah, down in the field there to the southwest, there is one of those airdrops. I'm semi-curious if he's going to be able to loot an airdrop or not. Looks like he is going for it. So I'm just curious what sort of loot is contained within those crates. If it's the same thing like, MK14s and AWMs and Grozas and AUGs and stuff, or is there armor? I don't know. I have a feeling this is running like 0.5.0, so it's going to be back there. I don't remember exactly what the differences are in weapons. But there's a Groza. It's a great find. So now has a Groza along with a scope. So, hey, we'll take that for sure. So, like I said, looks like there are quite a few of these airdrops. And there is a Dacia. So there's one of the vehicles. So vehicles do exist. They're the same as the normal vehicles that can be found all around Erangel. And probably not the most useful on a 2x2 map, just because it's pretty easy to truck it from one end to the other end quickly. Like I said, it's a 16th of the size of the normal Erangel map. But vehicles can still be useful in certain situations for sure. So good to know that you have them. Now there's only 4 people left total, which means there's only one other person left that they have to find. So a cool first look for sure into PUBG Mobile Lite, the version of the game, also developed by Tencent, running the Unreal 4 engine that was released just earlier today. Hoping more spots show up very, very soon so that more of you guys, as well as myself, can get into this version of the game, play around with it, have some fun, and see if it's a worthwhile addition to normal PUBG Mobile games. So, going to do the outro here just because I have a feeling that this game is almost over. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, learned something, definitely give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends to help grow the channel. I certainly appreciate it. And consider subscribing if you haven't already for tons more PUBG Mobile content and PUBG Mobile Lite content potentially, including gameplay like this, tips and tricks, loot locations, troll locations, and a whole lot more always coming soon. So my name's DerekG, and I hope to see you on the battlefield soon or in my Discord server, which we'll have to make a new channel for PUBG Mobile Lite on. And one more reminder, a huge thank you to anybody who joins DerekG Gaming for less than the cost of a single skin. You get some pretty neat perks. So first of which is when we do custom games, you'll get the password first, which means you'll be guaranteed a spot if you're on, if you want to get in and play games with me. You also get cool custom emojis to use during live streams, and one of my favorite features is that when you leave a YouTube comment on a video next to your name, depending on how long you've been a member of DerekG Gaming, you get a cool custom badge that makes you more noticeable to me as well as other members of the community. So huge thank you again to those of you who do that, and that was the end of the game. A fun game to watch. Hopefully more PUBG Mobile Lite gameplay coming soon, and I hope to see you there.